The 2026 Royal Rumble is finally here, with a stacked card and a rumoured return of a number of high-profile names. Join us now as we look at all the last-minute rumours and spoilers and surprises of the 2026 Royal Rumble. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Number 12. Some surprise returns. Now, since the Royal Rumble is already filled up with Finn Balor not even being able to get into it, WWE must have reserved a number of spots for some surprises. However, who could we see? Well, the first is a returning Chad Gable, as reportedly Chad Gable is medically cleared to return to WWE. Gable has been posting on social media looking absolutely jacked and ready to return, and the Rumble could be the place. We could also see the Hardy Boys, as the Hardy Boys are once again on good terms with WWE, and since they're still contracted to TNA, WWE could have them make a surprise appearance in the Rumble. But what about the return of Brie Bella, as she's made it very clear that she wants to return to WWE, and WWE even had plans for Brie to return at SummerSlam before cancelling them, as we saw in WWE Unreal Season 2. This could be a wild one, but what about the Great Khali? Since the Great Khali is now a Hall of Famer, we really can't rule out a cameo in the Royal Rumble. He even appeared at the greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. And he's not too far from the show, so who knows. There's also Tiffany Stratton, where there's been rumblings by PW Insider that she's going to be returning at the Royal Rumble. Ashore Rossap of Fightful Select said that Triple H does have some tricks up his sleeve for some surprises at the Royal Rumble this year. Since the event is held in Saudi Arabia, it might be easier to keep surprises under wraps. Number 11. The higher power revealed. No, we're not talking about Vince McMahon being the higher power. On Raw this month, Adam Pearce had been taking direction from a mysterious higher power. This name influenced Pearce to reinstate Bron Breakker and also insert him into the Royal Rumble, a chance that not even Finn Balor got. Obviously, this person has a lot of influence in WWE, but just who this person could be is kind of a mystery at the moment. It's very possible that this mysterious individual really wants the WWE machine to get behind Breakker and make him the main event guy in the company. Will this play out on the Rumble on Saturday? However, who could this higher power be at this time? Well, Logan Paul recently ruled out that it was Triple H on the phone, so who else could it be? Whilst there's no solid rumors on the mystery man, people are speculating, well, maybe the obvious, in that being it's Bron Breakker's uncle, Scott Steiner. However, how much influence does Scott Steiner have in WWE? He's just a Hall of Famer. There's also been wild speculation that this could be Vince McMahon, but that is incredibly unlikely. One of the more obvious ones is that it's The Rock, as The Rock has a ton of influence in WWE, and The Rock has even spoken about Bron Breakker in the past, and he had a glowing reference for him on the Pat McAfee show. He mentioned Bron Breakker, I love what he's doing lately. I feel he's shown out and shown up. There is this maturation process when you come to the world of WWE. If you've got a little bit of heat on you, good heat, and potentially the company will see that, and they'll start putting you in positions where we see not only how you react to those positions, but more importantly, how the fans react to it. Bron has been put in these positions when he has risen to the occasion. I'm not surprised. He looks like $1 million. He's believable, he's legitimate, and he comes from a hell of a bloodline in the Steiner family. I was happy to see him aligned with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman and the way it went down. Could The Rock be this major influence backstage and the higher power that could reveal himself maybe at even the Royal Rumble? Number 10. AJ Styles retires. Now, heading into the 2026 Royal Rumble, nobody expected wrestling legend AJ Styles to be facing a retirement match, but this is the exact situation we find ourselves in. It wasn't exactly a secret that AJ was retiring at some point in 2026, but nobody expected AJ to be retiring at the Rumble itself. Unfortunately, there are a number of signs that point towards AJ's run finally coming to an end this weekend, and these include, firstly, his contract is legitimately up. That's right, AJ's WWE deal does indeed expire at some point within the next few weeks. Unless AJ is re-signed or signed an extension, this means that he will be a free agent next month. Number 2, he's facing Gunther. Unless AJ wins via DQ, there's no way WWE gives Gunther a pinfall loss to AJ, right? Well, Gunther is being built up as this unbeatable monster now that he's retired John Cena, and for Gunther to lose his first PLE match after the Cena win would be a step backwards. Number 3, he's a low-key wrestler. Now, this is the biggest compliment in the world, but AJ is a rather low-key pro wrestler. AJ has never liked to make a song and dance when it comes to his accomplishments, so it's possible that he's happy to ride off into the sunset at the Royal Rumble and potentially return to WWE years down the road for a Hall of Fame induction. AJ could also be looking at the bigger picture here, as many fans want him to retire at WrestleMania, which would seem like a great point to end your 10-year career in WWE. However, AJ may be looking at the bigger picture here. What if he knows that something bigger is happening at WrestleMania, and he doesn't want his retirement to overshadow that moment? I'm pretty sure AJ is a very selfless guy backstage, and maybe that's what he wants. Lesnar awaits? If AJ does indeed retire at the Royal Rumble at the hands of Gunther, then surely Brock Lesnar awaits at WrestleMania. Gunther defeating one of the greatest of all time will therefore plant the seeds for his eventual big dream against the Beast himself. Number 5. Shinsuke's post. Now we obviously can't mention AJ's retirement without the big blunder by Shinsuke Nakamura, who revealed that AJ is retiring at the Royal Rumble. However, this could all be a red herring, and WWE may have intentionally made Shinsuke Nakamura post that diary entry for speculation and throw in the red herring that AJ is certain to retire at the Royal Rumble. This could all be a ruse, but they're also having AJ have these fantastic clinic matches, one being against CM Punk, a man he had not faced in WWE one-on-one until Raw last night. Looking at AJ's face though, he's definitely telling more than a story. His face looks like it truly is over. Number 9. Bianca Belair returns. But Bianca Belair has been out of action since WrestleMania with a hand injury. Whilst on paper the injury doesn't sound too severe, it's caused endless problems for Belair, and there are still minimal updates on whether she has been medically cleared. But with that being said, the former world champion remains one of the favourites to win the Rumble at the weekend, and if she returns on the show itself, we can guarantee she's in the final 2 of the match. In relation to a WrestleMania opponent, she's destined for a collision with WWE Women's Champion Jade Cargill, and to say that Belair is needed for the SmackDown brand would be a total understatement. Number 8. Liv Morgan wins the Rumble. Now as things stand, Liv Morgan is the definitive favourite to win the Women's Royal Rumble. The fact that Morgan was pinned by Rhea Ripley at Saturday night's main event furthers this, and WWE loves the eventual winner taking a pinfall loss before a PLE trope. Morgan is an extremely safe choice to win the match, and a world title showdown versus Stephanie Vaquer at WrestleMania should be easy for WWE to build up to. Some fans may be critical and say that this outcome is far too predictable, but WWE's never truly gone outside the box when it comes to the Women's Royal Rumble, outside of maybe Ronda Rousey in 2022, and the WrestleMania plans for the women's division already seem locked in. Number 7. Paige returns. Now, there have been rumors for a number of years now that Paige is WWE bound. Paige is not officially signed to any company right now, and she's a logical return for the Royal Rumble match itself. Fans have been fantasy pitching the idea of Paige having a stare down both with Nikki Bella and AJ Lee, and with both names expected for the Rumble, then this seems likely to occur. It's unknown if the former Divas champion has any interest in signing a full-time WWE deal, but she would be a great asset to the SmackDown brand, so this is definitely something that WWE should be pushing for. Number 6. Shane McMahon enters the Royal Rumble. As Saudi Arabia notoriously loves the idea of stars from the 80s and 90s to appear at the show, and one name that is rumored to return is Shane McMahon. McMahon has been in attendance at a number of WWE shows over the past 12 months or so, and Triple H knows that the Saudi crowd would pop huge for Shane O'Mac. If this occurs, WWE should avoid giving McMahon a producer role for the match, as we saw in 2022 what a total disaster this ended up being. Now, this is likely just going to be a one-time only appearance, but it should hopefully lead to a WWE Hall of Fame induction for McMahon down the road, as his sister Stephanie is already going to be inducted into this year's class. Number 5. Chris Jericho returns. And was the 2026 Royal Rumble the event in which Chris Jericho finally returns to WWE? Jericho is no doubt WWE bound after his AEW contract expired, and although there were rumors that Jericho would re-debut on the Raw Stranger Things special, the belief is that WWE are saving the huge return for this weekend. Jericho returning at the Rumble would be a massive deal. We can't even rule out the possibility of Jericho receiving the pop of the night. Jericho could also debut a brand new gimmick in WWE, as he stated time and time again that he likes to introduce a new persona when he returns to a promotion. In relation to what creative plans Jericho could have, he's destined for a WrestleMania matchup, and there's even rumors that this match could act as Jericho's final ever WWE match. This would then lead to a rightful induction into the WWE Hall of Fame. When it comes to his WrestleMania opponent, one of the most popular suggestions is LA Knight. Based on the current WrestleMania trajectory, it looks like this is a distinct possibility. Number 4. Roman Reigns wins the Rumble. Roman Reigns is the current favourite to win the Men's Rumble right now. Whilst fans are split on this, with the main criticism coming from the fact that Reigns is a part-time talent, and the idea of him on the hunt for the world title again fails to benefit the TV product, there's no denying Reigns' popularity. Reigns is certainly destined to be in the final 4 of the match at the very least, and if he wins the match, there are 3 clear options that WWE could take. The first, that he faces CM Punk, as the segments between Reigns and CM Punk have received critical acclaim, and although Reigns has made it clear he's coming for Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, WWE's creative pivot has made this virtually impossible at this stage. Reigns versus Punk may be an odd babyface versus babyface match on the grand stage, and it may require one of the names to offer more heel tendencies on the road to WrestleMania. Number 2, he faces Drew McIntyre. McIntyre does have unfinished business with the original bloodline, and what if in a completely original twist, McIntyre insists that Reigns picks him at WrestleMania? A rematch between McIntyre and Reigns should be a no-brainer for WWE, and hopefully WWE pulls through with this booking move. Or he faces The Rock. This is one of the more outlandish theories out there, but it has some merit. What if instead of opting for the world title, Reigns uses his WrestleMania shot to challenge The Rock for the People's title? Granted, this title isn't even a world title, but WWE may be able to get away with it due to the impact of finally delivering the epic dream match between Reigns and the final boss. Number 3, Cody Rhodes wins a third Rumble. Cody Rhodes is now attempting to win his third Royal Rumble, and we really can't rule out the idea that WWE is going all in once again on the American Nightmare. Rhodes eventually does his finest work whilst chasing the WWE title, and this has been seen on SmackDown as of late, so WWE may be using the logic that Rhodes chasing the title during WrestleMania season is once again best for business. It would also make Rhodes one of the most decorated Rumble wrestlers of all time, equalizing with Stone Cold Steve Austin, as WWE loves to add accolades to their biggest stars. Rhodes could then be set for a rematch with Drew McIntyre on the grand stage, or WWE could be bold and finally deliver the match versus CM Punk that fans have been waiting to see for years. Number 2, The Rock returns. Due to the show taking place in Saudi Arabia, we definitely can't rule out a surprise appearance from The Rock. It's already been widely reported that WWE are throwing everything they can to secure The Rock next year for WrestleMania, and it's likely that an offer is in place for the final boss to appear in some capacity at the weekend. This is unlikely going to involve The Rock taking part in any type of physicality, but a stare down with Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns isn't off the table either. Hopefully if The Rock does appear on the show, his appearance has meaning and purpose. His last few appearances have been heavily criticized, and for good reasoning. His appearance at Bad Blood in 2024 was a total waste of time, although he claimed that it was leading to something bigger, this clearly wasn't the case. And number 1, Stone Cold returns. There are reportedly 2 names that WWE have made substantial offers to for WrestleMania next year. One of them is The Rock, and the other is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin is extremely selective when it comes to his WWE appearances, and it took him almost 2 decades to come out of retirement back in 2022 against Kevin Owens. Austin hasn't ruled out wrestling again, but the Rumble is a perfect opportunity for Austin to receive one final pop in an actual matchup. All Austin would have to do is enter the match, possibly to the biggest pop of the year, deliver a few stunners, have standoffs with the likes of Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar before being thrown out by a top star and sharing a couple of beers. It could be such a great moment, but it's likely that if Austin is involved, he'd want to do something beyond a simple appearance. Is it possible that WWE uses the Rumble Saudi show to plant the seeds of an Austin vs CM Punk dream match? This is the one match that is being thrown around on social media as the match fans want to see on the WrestleMania 43 PLE, and a simple backstage or even a ring promo segment teasing some type of animosity between the two legends could provide that viral moment that WWE all so often craves. But there you have it folks, 12 last minute rumors, spoilers and surprises for the Royal Rumble 2026. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.